Good morning, you guys. Sorry for the late video about Psychology Day. I've just hadn't had actual chance to sit down and do a video. But what I wanted to do was to let you know what my Psychology Day project was and what will be expected of you when you come to volunteer for Psychology Day. So my Psychology Day project is to assess people on their personality traits, and then also to ask them if they would be willing to have their picture taken while they're jumping. So there's previously been speculation that there was an artist that used to take pictures of people jumping. His name was Philippe Halsman. And if you're in the personality class or been in my personality class before, you've probably remember reading about Philippe Halsman's work, where he used to ask famous people if he could take a picture of them while jumping. And some people are loath to do this because, well, for multiple reasons, but sometimes because they think that their personality can be displayed through their jumping behavior, which was the reason why he wanted to take the picture in the first place. He thought that it could be. So last year, for my Psychology Day table, what I did was I wanted to have pictures of people jumping, and on the back of them I had personality assessments to see if people who were coming to the table could actually look at the pictures and predict, based upon information on a poster, what the actual traits were. So what's the level of extroversion, what's the level of neuroticism, etc. And when I started asking people, hey, can I take your picture and ask you to take a personality questionnaire so that I could create these cards for people to look at on Psychology Day, a lot of people said no. And I was kind of surprised because I was like, well, what's the big deal? I mean, I'm just taking a picture of you. It's not really that big. And a lot of people just said, that's creepy, or that's weird, or I don't feel comfortable with that. I told a friend of mine, and he said, well, that's stupid. I'm going to get all your pictures. And then he had some trouble as well. So what I wondered was, is it possible that certain personality traits, people with certain personality traits are less likely to say yes, maybe because they're more higher in neuroticism, or more because they are low in openness to new experiences? What are possible personality correlates to saying yes or saying no to having your picture taken while jumping? That's the big thing, because a lot of people say like, yeah, sure, take my picture, but then you add the while jumping, and they're kind of like, maybe they're worried about falling over. I'm not sure. So this year, what I wanted to do was to actually gather some data to support this idea that there is difficulty in getting people to do this activity. So here's what my table is doing. On the table itself, there will be a poster with personality traits on there so that people can learn about personality traits. What I'm going to have some of you doing is take the surveys and bring them out into the crowd of people who are walking around at Psychology Day. And some of you can just stand in front of the table and just ask people, would you like to take a survey? So it's a short 10-question survey about personality. Ta-da! It looks like this. I'm going to make more copies, so don't worry. And once they're done with their survey, they're going to hand it back to you, and you're going to need the answer sheet. Ta-da! It looks like this. And on the top of the answer sheet, the first thing you have to ask them before they walk away is, how old are you? And we want an actual number, not a range. And you can tell them, we're not going to do anything with this data besides put it into the computer, so we're not going to run around telling people how old you are or aren't. Circle male or female. And then at the very bottom, the last thing you want to say to the person before they walk away from you, so they've finished their survey, you've asked them their age, you've figured out they're male or female and circled that. Now you want to ask them, okay, we would like to take pictures of people jumping while, or take pictures of people jumping after they've finished the survey. Would you agree to do that? And so if the person says yes on the answer sheet that you have in front of you, you circle yes. If the person says no, you circle no. If they seem kind of wishy-washy about it and they say like, I don't really know, then you say, it's totally up to you. I wouldn't be offended if you say no, but it would be great if you said yes, or something like that. So not making them do it, but also saying to them like, yes or no, totally up to you. And if they say yes and they go over to get their picture taken, you circle yes. If they say no and they walk away, then you circle no. So then you want to take their actual survey and their answer sheet and staple them together, because on the answer sheet, I don't know if you can see it, there's a section for each of the personality traits, and we'll have to compute their actual score based upon their assessment results, which are going to be on the questionnaire that they took. And it's pretty simple. I can show you guys how to do it. If we have any downtime while we're there, we can actually do it. Otherwise, I can do it on my own, or have others help me afterwards. So pretty much that's our table. When people finish with their survey, if they're interested in learning more about personality, we've got a poster on the table that talks about personality. You can tell them what we're studying, why we're studying it. So give them kind of the information that you've learned from this video. Some people are going to be interested in learning more about it. Other people are not going to give a crap, and they're going to keep walking. Make sure that everybody participates, gets candy. No candy if you don't participate. So if someone comes up and just wants to take candy, you can say jokingly, hey, you have to take a survey in order to get that candy. You going to take a survey? Because if not, no candy for you. Or something similar to that. So if we're starting to run out of surveys, let me or Michelle Bickford know. Michelle will be there all day with us. She is my teaching intern right now. Let her know, and we can go make more copies of the surveys. And hopefully you guys will enjoy it. You'll get experience with administering surveys, with interacting with research participants. And if you have any questions about personality or personality traits while you're there, obviously read the stuff on the table and ask me. I'll be there as well throughout the day. And